So with Iron Man being a big success at the box office and with critics and audiences, you will probably expect that the Incredible Hulk, being the actual second Marvel movie to be released from their cinematic universe, was to do the same, right? Well, it didn't do very well. It didn't do very well with the box office, but it did okay. But it did fine with critics and audiences. I was like, the film had a $150 million budget, but came back with $263 million worldwide, while Iron Man had a $585 million box office record. So, so why is it that? Well, I guess the biggest thing is that, because 5 years before this movie came out, in 2003, there was another Hulk movie called The Hulk, or it was just Hulk. It was directed by Ang Lee, the director of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. When people consider that as one of the worst comic book movies. And yeah, it's pretty bad, that movie. But it did have some good casting choices and some good action. But it's still pretty bad, though. But is this one like a lot better than the last film? Oh god, yes. But is it great? Well, let's look at the story. The film actually opens up the same way as the first film did. Well, as the original cut did. Alright, so, we have Bruce Banner, played by Edward Norton. And he basically has the power to turn himself into the Hulk whenever he gets angry and stuff. He goes into exile for himself because he's too afraid that the army is trying to hunt him down and kill him. He's been hiding down in Rio, all the way down in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, or somewhere in the jungle for a while, and also works at a soda factory, which is cool, which is fine enough. But then he finds an email that someone's able to cure his disease, his powers. So, he heads back to America 5 years later, where Betty Ross, played by Liv Tyler, she basically tries to help escort him to find a person that can help him, but her father, what's the father? Played by William Hurt, is trying to hunt him down as well. And so that way, he can't see his daughter. But his assistant, played by Tim Ross, is also on the case as well. Who, of course, you know him as Abomination later on in the film. And later on in the film, we do see the guy who can cure him, played by Tim Blake Nelson from Holes. And he basically cures him, but then later on, Tim Ross' character turns into the Abomination because he really wants the power and stuff. Of course, he tries to destroy New York City, and the Hulk Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk and stuff. And then, after he stops them, William Hurt's character, Thaddeus Ross, Thunderbolt Ross basically doesn't go after him, but then he goes into hiding for a little while, until the Avengers. And then we get the post-credits scene with that character, and then we see Robert Downey Jr.'s character, it's actually, because in the first film, in Iron Man, they basically did the post-credits scenes. That's what Marvel Cinematic Universe does. Of course, you definitely all know that. And it's always fun to watch. And it's basically building up to the actual epic movie that a lot of people are expecting. We're actually getting an Avengers movie? Is this really true? I guess the Avengers movie was, in production or something. A script was being made and stuff. So why isn't this film, as successful as the original, as Iron Man? Well, I guess what I can say is that this film came out a month later, and the exact same year. Iron Man came on the 3rd day of May of 2008, while The Incredible Hulk came out on May 13, 2008. And it didn't do, and I guess Iron Man was still making money at the box office while other blockbusters were coming out in theaters. And I guess it's also because what do you call it? And I guess it's because the 2003 movie, of course, is a bad movie, I guess didn't get a box office record as well. I'll have to check on that one, but I know but it didn't do very well. But the audiences at all. So, it made its budget, but it didn't really matter. So, I guess that's it. Alright, so, what are the good things about this movie? Well, Edward Norton does a really good job as both Bruce Banner and the Hulk. The CG effects on the Hulk are very well done. I mean, in the original, it was okay. It was fine, but it kind of looked a little bit too cartoony a bit. Well, just a little cartoony. But it was still fine enough, because some of the action scenes in that film were at least done well, but it's just that the film was just so boring. Here, the effects are a lot better, and it actually has a lot more fun action moments. And there's a lot of good heartfelt moments, and a nice chemistry between Bruce Banner and Betty Ross. Liv Tyler being, of course, Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, or being the daughter of Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, I mean to say. Well, it is a very enjoyable Betty Ross, just like how Jennifer Connelly was. Um, when and the acting is still pretty good. The story standard, but it kind of works. But if I did have any problems with the film, almost that the abomination scene in the climax feels a little bit too short and stuff. Like, it kind of feels like rushed or something. And plus the Tim Blake Nelson character wasn't very much anyway. Right, so those are my only gripes with the film, but it does have likable characters and a good setup, like how the Marvel movies are trying to do these days. Right, so yeah, that's basically my thoughts on that. What do you think of this movie? Just comment below. Follow me on Stardust if you want, and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to please subscribe. And I will see you. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. And on this month is Autism Awareness Month. And yes, I do have autism, and I am very proud to have it. And I'm just proud to say it, that it is Autism Awareness Month. So just comment below what you think of the movie, and I will see you tomorrow for Iron Man 2. Take care.